Hey everyone, this video is a call to action to all the women and women athletes to band together, united, and start fighting back for our rights as women, for our spaces, for our sports, and most importantly, for our rights to identify as women. Since I started making these videos advocating for women's rights in sports, the overwhelming majority of people have been supportive. But like all newsworthy topics these days, there is criticism. And the criticism I've received has been interesting. Because on the one hand, there's a small percentage of primarily women calling me transphobic and a bigot. And on the other hand, there are men saying, this is what you women wanted, to be equal to men. This is your problem, you created it, so deal with it. Some women say they speak for all women and have convinced themselves of their good intention. But in reality, they're degrading the experience and value of being a woman. They readily accept men can become women and afford them all the same rights, privileges, and opportunities as women, dismissing the harm and consequences this causes to women. As an athlete, my goal is to always progress forward, every day challenging myself and finding solutions to be better. It's time I apply that same drive with this issue. Instead of continuing to argue and debate, I want to progress forward to protect women's rights and places in sports, and to ensure that no girl or woman is ever discriminated against purely on the basis of their sex. And I think the first step to achieve this is by finding a way to bring women together again, in a way that supports, encourages, and fights for women and our rights. In my video about toxic feminism, I was criticized for misunderstanding and mislabeling and not acknowledging the groups within the feminism movement who are supporting what women athletes are fighting for. However, I am of the belief that if there are many groups within the feminism movement who oppose and fight one another and are distorting and diluting the meaning of feminism to a point where there is so much negativity associated with the word that it's being used as a derogatory or slur term, then maybe it's time to move on. The initial purpose of feminism has reached its goal of equal rights to men. Today, in the developed Western world, women, for the most part, have all the same opportunities as men. And since that initial goal has been achieved, there is no clear path forward or purpose for feminism, which has further fueled the rise of the different factions within the feminism movement. This has caused problems, leading women to lose some of our most basic rights, including the meaning of what is a woman and our rights to identify as women. I'm not saying I have all the answers or solutions, but I would like to propose, if we want to move forward and have the ability and power to fight for our rights as women, we need to come together as a united front with a very clear purpose to protect the rights, freedoms, and opportunities, experiences, and significance of being a woman. This movement would be founded on three fundamental and simple principles. Number one, women should have the same human rights as men. This does not mean men and women are the same and interchangeable. Simply, men and women have the same human rights. Number two, men and women are different, but equally valuable to society. Society is most robust when men and women adopt complementary roles and respect one another and their strengths. And number three, to protect and fight for our rights as women, including the meaning of being a woman, for our spaces in sports, and most importantly, for our rights to identify as women. For all women around the world, based on science, truth, and facts. It's not about politics, it's not about religion, it's not about a social agenda, it's not about one group of women over another. It's women fighting for other women and our rights to be women, period. Again, I'm not pretending to have all the answers. I just know that current day feminism, with all its factions and obsession with oppression, is not the path forward. We must reclaim our rights as women, our bond as women, our experiences of being women, and our importance as women to a healthy society with men. Initially, I started speaking up to protect women in sports. But I think sports is just the tip of the iceberg. There is a social agenda to erase women and what it means to be a woman and our role and value in society. This is an initial proposal, an open call to action to start something new, to form a movement with shared values to protect and fight for our rights as women. We absolutely do not need another flavor of feminism. We need a positive new identity that includes all biological women and seeks harmony with men. I invite all who are interested to share your thoughts and feedback on this idea, including a name for the movement and how and where you think would be best to discuss issues. Alternatively, if you know of an organization outside of existing feminist factions that already mirrors the beliefs I've outlined, please let me know in the comments below. On a final note, YouTube has been playing a little hard to get, so I've decided to start a Twitter account, where I'll also be posting my original full-length videos and try to be more active on a daily basis. So if you have time, please give me a follow. I have new videos every single week. Please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm get it out to more people. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.